Hey guys, and welcome back to You Can Draw. I'm Tom Gant, and this episode has been requested by Leo Maisie. Now Leo has asked how to draw a zombie, so grab your pencils and paper and let's get started. Now the first thing you want to do is to grab your piece of paper and turn it on the side so you've got it in landscape. There we go. Now our zombie today is going to start with a little bit of planning. We're going to draw very lightly a rectangle. So let's draw a nice light rectangle to plan out our zombie. Just like that. Now this is the base of our zombie. So we're going to build on top of that, and we're going to start by drawing a straight line to divide it into two. So we've got his clothes down the bottom, or his body, and then his face on top. Now his face begins with his nose, and his nose is an almost complete circle. We're going to draw a nice round nose. It's an almost complete circle. Okay, now we've got his nose, we can draw in his eyes. Now we have to give him a bit of a zombie expression, so he's going to have his eyelids drooping down. So we're going to start by drawing his droopy eyelids with curved lines, just like this. And then his eyes are going to go underneath that, and they're just going to be ovals. Now as always, we can color them in, leaving that white spot. This will just make him look a little bit more lifelike and a little bit more interesting. We'll draw his other eye and we'll color it in. There we go. So we've got some drooping eyelids. Now he needs some eyebrows on top. So we're going to give him those big thick eyebrows on top. One on this side and one on this side. That's it. And we're almost there. He also needs some bags under his eyes. To complete the look, we're going to draw some U shapes underneath his eyes. There we go. So we've got his eyes looking really good. Now for his mouth. And his mouth is going to be an upside down jelly bean shape. So we'll draw his upside down jelly bean shaped mouth. Just in here. And we're going to fill in his mouth with a couple of teeth and his tongue. So let's draw his square shaped teeth. One here, one over here. And then we'll draw in his tongue as well. And you can see our zombie is coming to life. The next step, his ears. Now his ears are made up of two letters, a letter C and a letter S. Now each ear has a backwards letter, depending on which one you're drawing. So let's draw his ear on this side. Now this ear is going to be a letter C, so that means we need to draw a backwards S on the inside. Now the other ear is going to be a backwards C, so that means we need a regular S, just like that. So we've got his ears. Now what's missing? His hair, right? So let's draw his hair. Now he's going to be a zombie, so we're going to give him some scruffy wild hair on top. So let's draw his spiky scruffy hair on top, all the way across. Maybe some big spikes over this side. There we go. And then we're going to start on this side of the rectangle and draw a curved line just to give his head a bit of a nicer shape. So we've got our zombie's hair almost complete. We're just going to add a few more scruffy spikes on this side, just like that, just to finish it off. So now all we have left to do rub out the top of that rectangle and darken in the rest. So we're going to rub out this bit here we no longer need. Carefully rub out the bits in his eyebrows. And then just darken in the rest of his head. Very carefully rubbing out that bit in there. Rubbing out this bit over here. And then we're going to darken in the rest of his head here. Just here and here. There we go. So we've got our zombie's head looking really good. Now for his body. Now this zombie, he's going to be wearing a suit today. So we're going to start by drawing his suit with the letter Y. We're going to draw a nice big letter Y from this corner down here, go straight down. Then finish off your letter Y like that. Now this is how we're going to start our suit. A big letter Y and then two stretched out letter W's. We're going to draw a stretched out letter W on this side. And then one on this side. There we go. So you can see his suit jacket is coming to life. Now he needs a tie. So let's draw his tie in. We'll start with the top bit of his tie. And then we'll just draw two diagonal lines, one here and one here. There we go. Now it's almost there. Now we need to draw in the collar for his shirt, and that's super easy. It's just two diagonal lines, one here and one on this side, just like that. So we've got his suit jacket looking really good, but he needs some buttons. So let's draw in some ovals or circles for buttons. There we go. Now that we've got all the detail of the suit jacket drawn in, we can draw in the outline. So just darkening in the bottom of that rectangle. And then across the bottom as well. There we go. Okay, now what's missing? His arms and legs. So we're going to draw his arm next, and it's going to start with a curved line and then a straight line across the bottom. That's going to be his sleeve. Now we can draw another line here, and that's going to show the sleeve of his shirt sticking out of the sleeve of his jacket. Now, an easy way to draw his hand. Two letter U's. We're going to draw a big letter U and then a little letter U. So let's draw a nice big letter U and then a small letter U for his thumb. So we've got his hand. Now what about the other side? Now he's a zombie, so I thought he could be missing an arm today. So this is nice and fun. We're going to draw a curved line like we're going to draw his sleeve, but then we're going to stop. Then we're going to draw a zigzag underneath. And he's got his arm missing. Super easy, super fun. Now for his legs, we're going to start with a rectangle, but he's just got some short legs today. So let's draw a short rectangle underneath. There we go. And then we're going to draw a line in the middle. And we've got his legs, real easy. And now all that's missing are his shoes. So let's give him some easy shoes. Just little easy shoes. Nothing too tricky. Just like that. Now we've got our zombie character. You can add scars, you can add more scratches, you can add anything you like. I like to add in a couple more little scratches on his clothes or tears. This one's going to look like a lightning bolt. You can draw anything you like. Go wild with it. Now that we've got our character, we're going to draw our background. And our zombie, he has to have a spooky background, right? So we're going to start with a straight line for the horizon. It goes all the way behind our character. Then we're going to draw some hills. Draw lots and lots of hills. There we go. Now on this horizon line, we're going to draw in some trees. but they're going to be spooky trees, so they're not going to have any leaves at all. So on this horizon line, let's draw some scratchy tree shapes for our spooky trees. Making sure they're all a little bit different. Going all the way across. Some spooky trees. And last one. Just like that. So we've got our spooky trees for our spooky background. Now before we draw in the grass, we're going to use some of that space for a speech bubble. So let's give our zombie character a nice big speech bubble over here. And remember, you don't have to write words inside of your speech bubble, you can draw pictures or emojis instead. So don't worry about if you're not the best at spelling or writing just yet, you can draw pictures instead. Once we've got the speech bubble all drawn in, we can draw in our grass. Now remember, our grass starts off nice and big and gets smaller and smaller as we go back in our page. So nice and big and gets smaller and smaller as you go back in your page. Same with your oval shaped rocks. Start off nice and big, getting a little bit smaller as we go back. There we go. So we've got the bottom half of our page all done. Now for the top half, and if it's going to be a spooky background, it needs to be at night. So let's start with the moon. We're going to draw a nice circle for the moon. And then we're going to add in letter C's down one side for the craters. And we've got a real easy moon. Now to fill up the sky with some clouds and some stars. First, the clouds. Let's start with a straight line and then 4 bubbles. Straight line, 4 bubbles. Remember, big clouds up close, smaller clouds way off in the distance. So we've got our clouds, we've got the moon, now for the stars. And there's 2 easy steps for stars. Step 1, let's draw lots of tiny circles. Let's fill up our night sky with lots of tiny circles. So remember, this is just step 1 for our stars. Got lots of tiny circles. Now step 2, pick 2 or 3 of those circles and draw 4 long straight lines and then 4 short straight lines. And they're going to shine extra bright. So 4 long and 4 short. So you can do that to 2 or 3. And we've got our night sky. Now guys, I hope you've enjoyed the zombie video. Don't forget to keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.